Hi there, I'm Ginny of the YouTube channel Finickety Reader. I DNF'd a book last week, but I couldn't stop thinking about why. The book was Tomorrow is a Long Time by Tabitha Fawn. The book has its problems, and the other book from this author that I have read also struggles in some places, but that's not what I want to talk about. I gave both a Goodreads rating and review, and I don't want to bully this author. She's a wonderful person, really sweet and a teacher, and her books come from the heart. But am I being nice if I don't tell her and her readers, in the gentlest way I can, what I think is the truth? The reason this author has gotten me so messed up is that I know her slightly from Goodreads forums, and although she isn't a new author, she's not read by a lot of people. Tomorrow is a Long Time is her most reviewed book, with a grand total of 16. On the other hand, 10 of those are 5 stars. So how bad should I feel? What's really got me into a tizzy is the awkwardness. I've been harsher with other books, although not, I think, outright cruel, and I even wonder if, had I not known the writer, would I have given it a lesser rating? Even though I'm a member of the fringe fiction Goodreads group that attracts a whole lot of this kind of author, I've always been shy of reading self-published, self-publicized works. I don't want to read a book if I think I'll just end up not liking it. And now that I review the books as well, I feel like I can't be objective enough. I don't want to be that person that crushes someone's dreams, or even ruins their day, and as booktubers, our voices can ring even louder. On the other hand, if not us, then who? If an author is publishing on their own, then almost the only people they can go to is reviewers and friends. And I do want to support these people, but not to the point of being dishonest. Have you ever watched one of those TV talent shows and wondered, why did no one ever tell you aren't good enough to be a professional yet? I'm talking about the kind of okay ones here. You know, the ones that might have a chance if they knew where they needed to put the work in and could thus try to improve. How do you tell someone that gently, though? How do you tell someone who thinks they've gotten there that maybe they haven't? How can you judge if saying something like that will make them stronger in the end? Or cut short their endeavour before it really starts? And is that our responsibility? This rush to get your work out there and published always leaves me a little confused. Don't you want it to be at its best first? Don't you realise that just finishing a book doesn't mean it's good enough to go out there, all on its own? Writing is a skill that takes practice and hard work, and you're going to make a lot of bad stories before you get good, because those bad stories are how you get good. I watched a really good TED Talk a little while ago. It was How to Get Better at the Things You Care About by Eduardo Briseno. In it he discusses the difference between practice and performance, and how one helps you improve a whole lot more than the other. The theory is this: when you practice, you can do things that you're bad at over and over, with feedback from someone else if you're lucky, and try out different things and ways to do them until you find what works. You can expand your horizons and focus on the little things. When you perform, however, you do the things you already know or think you can do very well. You put all your effort into this one piece of work instead of your ability to improve. And what is a book if not a performance? My point is, if we took every child who learned 1 or 2 pieces of music on the violin and stuck them on a stage, you wouldn't expect them to learn as much from the clapping of the audience as someone sitting with a teacher getting critique and advice. Even reading a book about techniques would be better. And why should it be any different for writers? At least people going through the traditional route get editors, however lacklustre or incompetent some of them may turn out to be. Incidentally, that's why I always climb the fracking wall whenever someone says they won't be using one. What's really upsetting about this way of doing things is that it could end up discouraging someone who could really be quite good. That brings me back round to Tabitha. She has a lovely writing voice, even if it's a bit soft-focused for my tastes. But problems that would be easy to work on keep jumping out at me. Her idea of one person writing over an old remembered lover with a new real one by way of a shared dream, and using that to test a relationship, sounds really frickin' cool. But the lack of good character building, and the way all her characters sound the same, even the 80-something man and the 20-something woman, makes me want to scream. When the main character's completely forgettable friend says, "I know you well enough to know that you didn't offer him any false hope," I wanted to yell out, "I don't know! Show me that! Don't make me have to hear about it from this cardboard cutout character." Maybe I'm just putting too much on Tabitha's shoulders. She says herself on her Goodreads profile under Advice for Authors that you should write for you first and foremost and celebrate the readers who enjoy your work. Don't expect to get rich, and the big success stories are an anomaly. But I just want her to be good. I so want that for her, so she can write the stories that she wants to, that prod the line between love and lust and explore human nature, but do it in a way that people hear what she's saying, not getting stuck on the problems of her work. Also, I've never really believed in publishing for yourself. Oh yes, you can write for yourself, but that's not what publishing is. Publishing is a performance, and that violin player who only performs, only ever plays those two beginner songs, will never explore love or human nature in his work. No one will dance to his tiny repertoire, and that doesn't feel good enough for a writer I want to love. So, Tabitha, and everyone like you, please don't hate me for advocating that annoying practice. I just want to hear you really play. I hope you found this video interesting, and you're having fun reading. And for those of you who are curious, I wrote 2,896 words yesterday. You can like, subscribe, or be my friend on Goodreads if you want to. Either way, I'll talk to you later.